Alright, good evening to some new Blasphemous 2, which is, I think, one of the most recent games I've played, even though it's already 2 years old or something. So, just in case someone's wondering, going through the settings, there is show destination markers with baseline on. I've disabled them because I don't know if I want them. Right, in the heart, everything takes root solitarily. Footprints without companions are left behind, like in water or in the ocean's depths.
The eternal dawn of our penances heralds its imminent end. Each was born to put an end to the other. Now both await. But while yours slumbers, mine remains vigilant. May the miracle bear witness to this oath. By which I remain here for our long-awaited meeting. Wounded by the silence of this secluded existence.
And then, as the city of the blessed name rose up, borne on the shoulders of 3 mighty statues, the resounding beat of a great heart could be heard emanating from the clouds, thundering like the knell of an unseen church bell, raised higher than any other, enchanting us all to lift our gaze aloft in an ascetic call to prayer. For the miracle was about to give birth to a child.
Right. Press Y to consume one of bio flasks and recover vitality. These flasks are built by kneeling before a prie-dieu. It's Y now. I see there's a face in the background, and also this is Deo Gracias holding basically Iris. I'm a bit confused because the arm looks like where in Blasphemous 1, the ending, the True Faith ending, True Ending A, you turn into this. I can stop the wind. Amazing. You turn into this tree thing, which looks like the arm is from there, but the ending with the heart is from the ending C. What is this? We have different weapons. Oh, you don't have a parry. These have a parry, you don't. But you have a big slap. With either fire or magic. Give me the parrying dagger. Though his chosen land companion on his pilgrimage, only Miracle knows when they shall meet again in the presence of her two sisters. So we have either basically... It is not mea culpa, it is not the sword directly. Also we have this move from the get-go. I think this is probably the closest to mea culpa. Like hit-wise. This is very different. Especially with the charge attack you have like from the get-go. You have this. Do you have that? No, you do not have a slide attack. You also do not have a slide attack. You have the ground attack, which I assume these do not have. Right, so slide attack, charge attack, or ground attack. I'll take the slide attack. This doesn't really have an attack progression, but I guess that's fine. Yeah. This seems to be a stone statue, so it isn't necessarily Deogracias. I'm also gonna keep an eye on the audio and maybe do it... decrease it a little bit. But if you have feedback on that... Yeah, that's going a bit down. Wait, audio. Just a slight bit. Repose of Silent Steps. And that's a prie-dieu, okay. It's getting down a little bit more. Resting before a prie-dieu will restore your health and flasks. It is the only way to save your progress. Upon dying you will appear to place prie-dieu. And all the progress you have made since that point will be lost. Kneel before one when you can. Chisel of Oblivion. Okay, let me try and get the parry timing. Or just dodge it. Okay. Timings are a bit different, but I'll get used to them. Also, dying a guild fragment remains, yeah. Reducing the gain of fervor and your defense. Wait, remains anchored in the world. The level of guild rises, reducing the gain of fervor and your defense, but increasing Tears of Atonement and Martyrdom points gained. Collect guild fragments, partially recover, or find someone who can ease your burden. Bit down still. And you have attack like that. I assume, based on this, that maybe you just cannot parry this guy. I do hope you can parry later bosses. Chisel of Oblivion. Marks of Martyrdom. Okay, so those are new. I'm very glad he didn't, like, dunk his head this time. That's the boys.
Penitent one, returned from the tomb, and walking among the mourners. Your awakening is now written on the eternal pages. Annunciada is my name, and I hail from the heavenly mountains on high, the seat and the beginning of all that is holy, so that I may address you. Look upon me thus as a preceptor in this enterprise, hailing from the highest of all seats. Penitent one, the miracle shall give birth to a new child in a great heart descended from the clouds that watches over the ancient city of the blessed name from on high. You must reach it to stop its birth. But on this ascending path of penitence, the arch-confraternity awaits you. Those penitents that the miracle itself took as its sentinels now await your arrival. Orospina, the confraternity of embroiderers. Benedicta, of the confraternity of endless orison. Odon, of the confraternity of salt. Lesmes, of the confraternity of incorruptible flesh. All under the dictate of the oldest penitent, the first among them all, who was Eviterno, father of the penitents. Penitent one, the miracle has instilled 3 regrets in the consciences of 3 of its guardians. Only by revealing them shall you achieve the humiliation of the sculpted figures that hold up the city, allowing you to ascend to its upper reaches, and finally to the Great Heart. Look for the Guardians.
I thought I disabled those. But well, it's fine.
Only by revealing the regrets guarded by the 3 guardians can you ascend to its upper reaches, and at last hasten towards the Great Heart.
I've gotta say already, I do not like the amount of cutscenes that they've already had in this. Sarmiento and Scintilla are the fastest weapon in your arsenal, forged with the intention of being wielded by experts from the school of the Verdadera Destreza, whose swift and accurate thrust blended with the defensive mastery. Adherence to the teachings of the school can transport the wielder to ecstasy, empowering the thrusts. Sacred Thrust, RTNX, and a parry. Can I parry you? You have quite the wind-up, boy. Okay, the parry does keep me safe, but it doesn't appear to have a counter hit. I see that. There's a big gate. I'm just gonna immediately mark that one. LT is picking up now. Okay. Prayers and fervors. Attacking and executing enemies fills your fervor bar, which enables you to perform varied and powerful prayers. You can keep them in your inventory. Versus, press B to reset a quick prayer, or chance, combine down and B to invoke a powerful prayer. Prayer, quick versus, and chants. Okay, so you are a chant, meaning I have to do it like this. I probably should look up what it does. What do you do? Invokes flames from very earth itself, which inflict fire damage. 800 Tears of Atonement. That looks like I get relics for it. Let me actually check. We do have the Penitent one with health, fervor. Immaculatus, no idea what it is. 33 boys. 40 tokens of martyrdom. 1% map. Arsenal of Penitence, so I guess I get the other ones as well. 5 Relics of Contrition, and then 5 birds and 4 things in the middle. I don't have a rosary yet, I don't have key items yet, I have the prayers. Game options. There's some things still I haven't unlocked. Yeah, I'm also gonna mark this as need a relic. I feel like this slap does a lot more damage. Like if I check, the normal hits barely phase them. I'm missing my counter stab. On the other hand, just doing this is probably my best option right now. Free the boy! The cages they are in definitely got worse. What the fuck are you? You're having a problem there. I don't understand what that prayer does. But this is kind of... City of the Blessed Name. I think that's the city where the statues are in the background now. That looks like I need a relic. That looks like I need a relic or a door. Shortcut. Gate entrance. Let's see. Oh, a sculptor.
Welcome to my most humble of workshops, which is a flurry of sawdust, glue, and varnish. Montagnez is my name. Master sculptor. One of those who, with steady hand and silver chisel, patiently carve out from the wood the faithful shapes of our true saints, so that they might be contemplated and revered by the devout.
You yourself don't sound that devout.
No trace of light remains in my glassy eyes, yet still I know what thou seekest and needest. For are we not all penitents on this earth, in some way? The miracle proclaimed that, as my profession was that of a master sculptor, I should carve in wood the figure of the Most Blessed Lady as my last work of art. Penitent one, I beg you, help me in this, my final piece of work. Seek out for me the finest chisels and tools, the most wondrous of pigments, and the most delicate of varnishes. And I can sculpt for thee figures that will fit into the altarpiece you carry on your back. Like this very one I offer to thee here. Please accept this as a gesture of my unending gratitude.
The traitor.
It is but the first piece of many more I shall carve for you. Now I shall place it upon the altarpiece upon your back, and you will feel its grace, but also its burden. The hands of the miracle will guide me in the carving in accordance with the memory you bring me. May they guide thee.
Alright, visit the sculptor's workshop whenever you want to equip figures in your altarpiece of favors. Each figure confers powerful benefits on the dependent one and can react in mysterious ways when placed next to others. In the altarpiece, you can increase the number of slots in the altarpiece of favors in exchange for marks of martyrdom. So I have 2. And there is a number of things I can add. Okay. I assume what increases physical damage inflicted. They have different classes. Presets, okay. Increase piece capacity? Not yet. Hand over tool, hand over memento.
May the hands of the...
Interesting. I will take more damage, always. So the mark of martyrdom, I guess I get for bosses.
This heavy curtain that separates sin and confession, crime and judgment, conceals naught but shadows. Here, in my darkness, there remaineth but tears for me, and forgiveness for those of you who seeketh it. Where are the bereaved now? Where are the repentant? How long since the long agony of this sacrament began? Now that your penance of silence and the pain that plagues your flesh has led you to my dark confessional, let me purge the guilt you bear, and thus alleviate your burden. Do you wish to purge yourself of your guilt? As you wish.
Not right now.
I will remain behind these scarlet veils, should you need this sacrament.
I assume he's the new version of the Confessor. Good. Select to open the map. Remember to place markers wherever you find something interesting. I do not have a wall climb yet. These do respawn same as in Blasphemous 1. We do have a upward stat. You just throwing a rock at me? Also, I cannot hit this guy with the dash stab. Damage ain't great, but if you can attack like 16 times per second, that doesn't really matter. Also, he does hit you if you're too close to him. So you have a stab to the diagonal up and one directly up. Let me actually... Oh, it's forward only. And they have a shield you can destroy. That is not bad. That is not a bad prayer right there. Can I parry that? With timing, maybe. Oh yeah, he hits me with his hands if I'm too close. I kind of feel like I can't. Okay, I cannot continue here because I need the wall. I do wonder what the left shoulder buttons do now. That prayer is kind of great. Big bell. I cannot get it to ring, so I guess I have to hit it from the right side.
Sleep, my child. Sleep.
How many arms do you have? No answer. Okay, I cannot go through there yet. No lightning. Ooh, you hurt. I think this guy killed me in 2 hits. To be fair, I was injured at the start. Also, can I have this spear? I parried too early. 1 marks of martyrdom. So there are specific bosses that give you marks of martyrdom.
Who are you, whose face and name you keep hidden? No, your name is of no consequence if your footsteps have led you to me. Yerma is mine own. But this is not the right moment, for the steps that my promise inspires are swift, and the will that directs them unshakable. This hatred, which I must leave at once. Steely
Battle Lance? the weapon memory section in your inventory. Use marks of martyrdom to acquire advanced combat techniques. Track down the bearer penance to unlock techniques that are even more powerful. Wait, do I get a lance? The tip of an object of worship that was turned into a weapon. It delivered a violent end to countless enemies, and the memories of these deaths linger on. Its strength resides in the arsenal of penitence, in which it can be awakened. Altarpiece of favors, which resonances and favors of the miracle. So resonances are basically like the two pieces. Arsenal crossguard. RB to instantly adapt the blocking stance. Crossguard can be formed to interrupt almost any maneuver. So this is the Mea Culpa Shrine equivalent. Press RT followed by X to perform a lunge attack, then slash through your enemies. This also costs Tears of Martyrdom, and specific stuff is locked, right? Press RB and X to unleash a barrage of thrusts. Unlocks the first Verdadera Destreza indicator. Hitting enemies with the Sarmiento and Centella increases your Verdadera Destreza level, adding lightning damage to the attack. Getting hit depletes indicator. Ooh, okay. Use the crossguard at least moment to counterattack with a lightning quick thrust that will pierce through all enemies ahead of you. Counter slash. I want the thought. And I'm also gonna take the lightning damage. Ivy of Ascension. New ability gained. Some surface can be used to climb. Hold down RT to cling onto the surface and not slip. Okay, it's no longer hit it with your sword. Scratched lead sphere. Equip rosary beads in your inventory to upgrade characteristics of the pennant wand. Find additional knots to increase the number of beads you can equip. Slightly increases... Ah, right, we have law. I forgot about that. And you can switch weapons, apparently. Sturdy metal ball embedded in the hollowed out wall of a study. The monk who forged it was beaten to death, and no one remembers its real purpose anymore. I will take that, because I don't have anything else. The night was dark and full of mist. Yerma saw her chance to climb in through an open window, breaking into the old church that discreetly oversaw a far corner of the village. A perfect night for her purpose. With cat-like agility, she climbed down a sculpture on the inner facade until reaching the cold marble floor. Nobody saw or heard her. She stepped into the temple's blackness, her eyes piercing every shadow in search of her objective. And there it was, on top of an altar at the end of the nave. A silver rod, an old sacred relic that had remained intact despite the centuries. It shone with a glow of its own, like some kind of living thing. It was said that the rod had been plated with an impossible alloy of oil-anointed silver. Yerma didn't hesitate. She slid from the shadows like a snake, took the rod, and felt its cold weight. That urgent glow fleetingly reflected in her eyes, revealing them to be full of hate and thirsty for vengeance. Nobody will ever know what happened to that holy artifact. The prayer chanted a friendly flame that naught could extinguish. Heavy clouds of soil covered it, and deprived of shadow, it now sleeps in repose. Collection of figures. They also have lore, it's amazing. I hunch in the dark and my fingers fight to hold the dagger. It writhes within my moist palm like a living being wanting to escape my grasp. As if the weapon wanted no part in such a terrible crime, such an atrocious betrayal. The instructions were clear. It's him or me. So I wait, and I will do so for as long as it's needed, joined by these regrets and silence as my accomplice, until he crosses, unknowing, the threshold of this door. It's him or me. There is a bunch of figures, and I assume, like, this is, what is this? This is a candle, dagger, skull, feather, or quill, and a target, or a ring? I assume these have something to do with the resonances. It's easier to do than the hit it with your sword and then jump off, hit it with your sword again, because you can't just keep the button pressed. Answer still. Let me count. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 arms in total. No, wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 in arms in total around here. Of which 2 apparently belong to the child. Yeah, she killed a bunch of people here. Oh shit, I can't reach you now. Well, that's bad. How do I get that? Huh, I assume I need another item later. Wait, I didn't need to jump there. Another of those doors. Oh, we have a legend. Preview, further upgrade, guild fragment, blood upgrade, confessor, rosary upgrade, shop, fountain, teleport, destiny, cobijadas, and sculptor. So there's the sculptor, there's the confessor. Yeah, it is a confessor. We haven't found any shops yet. And we have... I thought I disabled those. No. Okay, perfect. And you do not restore my fervor. No, you don't. Also, here, there's a person. Aha! That works rather perfectly. And it also... I now have the lightning thing. The lightning thing does not seem to cease. That is kind of neat to do. Lightning attack. And it also increases the damage heavily. Like, that is a massive increase in damage. Just gonna get rid of you immediately. I understand what that one comment meant. Colored Bulg, I believe it was, on YouTube. With it's a lot more, it's more gamey. Because it does appear to be, yes. Ooh. Red. What does red mean? Red means a combat is coming in. Okay. Empty receptacle. I assume... Small... Alright. Glass vessel able to contain the blood flowing from the crimson flesh touched by the miracle, used to increase the number of bile flasks. On hearing the young man's question, the elder's gaze filled with melancholy. Yes, this church belongeth to a bygone age, one so ancient, so chaotic, that it's as if it wanted to disappear from memory. An age in which time itself decided to stop in a perpetual sunset, in which every man yearned only for the signs of the divine. But so it happened that the faith of those people faded, quietly escaping from their hearts year after year. Even so, this abandoned church still stands, its foundation as firm as ever, as if it waited for something, as if it refused to give up the faith that so many had already lost. And the old man stood there, gazing at the sturdy stone, lost in thought. And Sculptor's resin and gavel. Small square hammer. Skilled sculptors use tools similar to this to work in wood in its initial form. However, it is impossible not to conclude that any artist using such smaller mallet must have sought to undergo some kind of penance or punishment. His last work, Part 5. It was then that the sculptor, witness to the whole ordeal, was blinded by a radiance that grew forth from the pious visage of the lady. A flare so grossly incandescent that it condemned him to the most absolute darkness. The old man, blinded forever, yet in the midst of that deep blackness, a vision persisted, engraved with pure light, the most beautiful face he had ever laid his eyes upon. And I assume he's currently attempting to sculpt that. Right, I'm gonna have to change my memory for the settings.
How can I assist?
I have a tool for you.
This mallet is so wonderfully balanced in the hand that it feels quite effortless to move. Know that you have my gratitude, penitent one. May the hands...
Wonderful. Do I have mementos? I don't think I do. Oh, he's working on it. I do love when games do this, where it just shows progress.
The wood is taking shape. I sense how its veins nourish a body that seeks to be wounded with my chisels and hammers, that yearns for the cuts and indentations that will free it from its coarse origins.
Kind of a memento. Right, no items to give.
May the hands of...
I do wonder whether the mementos are from bosses? The sculptor confessor prie-dieu. There was the door. There was a... Oh, you can now change marker or remove marker. Okay. And now I can go up here. Should I want to? That's an old church.
Open up the skin and red flesh. Uncover the lie that my shell conceals, for I am only blood and bones. So allow the chalices to be filled with those who toast kings and priests.
Yes.
Now I shall grant thee a new flask. Bring me more vials.
I will gladly do so.
Bring me chalices and vials, and I shall fill them with mine own blood.
Okay, not sure what the sacrifice did, but I'll take it. You look like a hidden door. Oh, I can see the boy, and also there's another one of those doors. I will not go to the right, I will go down again. Okay, this is the health upgrade. There is a door. There's a door over here. Down there I need to ring the bell. I don't know how to do that yet. I'll take the shorter way. Can I do anything up here? Yes, I can climb now. I cannot do the... There is water, which I assume I need some power for. Right, I'm not gonna continue. Well, I'm gonna continue a little bit. To die. It seems like I cannot bounce. There's another one of those doors. I can hit the fireball out of the air. Oh, those are jars of ash. Right, I'm just gonna assume that these spikes still one-shot me. Yeah, okay, the damage difference between the lightning attacks and the non-lightning attacks is immense. Sounds like something's walking down there. Oh, you still cannot be attacked from behind. But with the thrust, it's possible. All right. Oh, you're a big boy. I can do that too. Do you have 3 health bars? Yes, and also I cannot slide through you. The purified one. Ooh, that's a new statue, is it? I assume... Yeah, I have to go to the sculptor for that. However... The purified one increases fire damage. The executioners waited until the ravenous flames devoured the condemned before approaching the stake to collect the charred remains. Amidst the cindered wood and ashes, they found the body of a woman untouched by the fire. Her skin, while cold and pale as marble, looked pure, unblemished. Awestruck were the executioners by this finding, and long they wondered who the saint was, as it was clear that the divine will of the miracle had protected her flesh from the pyre. They would never know, but her body, still preserved and immaculate, rests within the most delicate of urns. This beautiful work of glass and silver placed in the walls of a crypt under a church erected in her honor. I believe I do deal fire damage right now. With my prayer. Marks of Martyrdom. I just get them after a while. Okay. Oh, are they like a level mechanic? I assume they work like a level up mechanic. Okay, yeah, the damage difference is massive. Yeah, okay, then don't. The boy.
Penitent one of merciful steps, my golden mask weeps to see you before me. You are in the garden of high choirs. I am another of the holy brothers of the golden visage, born of the miracle. Oh, tireless time that travels without delay and erases the past, conjuring up uncertain futures. Make us remember when the miracle imposed its dark punishment upon us, that which prevented us from soaring and traveling with the breath of the wind. Penitent one, free my brothers who, by the designs of a miracle that already seems a stranger to us, are imprisoned and scattered throughout these lands under the gaze of the great heart that has risen on high. Only they will allow you to climb to the highest point.
The boys.
Help us by freeing more brothers, and we shall reveal to you what the tower holds at its highest point.
I would have freed the boys anyway. I assume I get something here. I'm gonna mark this with the boy. You know what? Let me try something. Okay, it's just... That is actually just part of the same map. And there were spikes here, if I recall. Yes. I will go the underground area first. I wanted to check that there isn't like some NPC that I have to deal with, or that I have to that could time out, like the tree man. Oh wait, can I jump to that point? No, not quite. Profundo Lamento. We do have an elevator. Mirror brass of the return to port. I assume that's a prayer that returns me to... Takes a pennant one back to the city of the blessed name. Okay, directly to the city, not just to the lost predior. Chant of supplication to the farolera, sung by sailors in need of aid. I very much... You know what? I'm gonna try it. Does this kill me? Okay, they've gotten rid of instant kill. Instant kill drops, at least. The spikes up, probably still instant kill. Would have expected there to be a hidden wall. Forgotten tribute. A coin that was used for many years as payment for the processions that traversed the roads at night time. These processions gradually died out, so finding a coin like this is a rare occurrence. The thick night mist snaked and curled around the lattice of trunks and branches that made out that forest. From that very fog that sticked to my skin like a clammy shroud did emerge the shadows. They marched in procession with mournful parsimony, each one a bearer of their own lament, and grim expression confused, wafting forward in death. Seized by this sinister sight, I could not help but witness, frozen in place, as they slowly made their way towards me. Only then did the procession stop. The shadow guiding the group, the tallest and most tenebrous of them all, bowed down in silence, showing me the palm of his bare hand. He was waiting for something. Petrified, I could but mutter a few vain words, whilst my whole being shivered. It was at that moment that the piercing light of a sudden dawn broke through the entangled canopy of that forest, tearing apart both fog and spectre, making them all vanish before me. The sweet song of birds conjured away the deadly silence that had reigned before. I will never know what tribute that ghosts of mist would have asked for, not if I will ever encounter them again. Okay. So I assume I need something to progress here. I'm not even gonna mark that because it's obvious on the map. So this actually doesn't have any really all that much more path to go. I'm gonna go visit him, I guess? No, I don't think... Well, I'm gonna go visit him, but I don't think the coin actually does anything for him. Oh, is that... I was wondering what the little crystal below my weapon is. The little diamond there. But I think that's just whether my weapon is charged. Ow. Because now it is no longer. Okay, so apparently... Okay, very nice. If you parry something and get hit by something else during the parry, it automatically parries it. Which is extremely nice. Do you want a coin? No. Let me actually get... Go to the city. So that is the first type of fast travel then, I guess. Alright. In that case, I'm gonna continue in this area. Also, boy. Can I? I cannot cut myself for further. The lightning-infused attacks are immensely stronger. Like, to a laughable degree. I think I can confidently state that it, if not more, at least doubles the damage. I do think there's probably spikes down there. That was a total of 5 hits. There is something which I assume I need a relic for. Okay, Okay, come closer. Doesn't want to come closer. I think if you parry, you automatically immediately get the lightning attack. Not parry, counter slash. I believe you get the upgrade, the upgrade immediately, the damage upgrade. There is an item in one of the earlier rooms. Also, by the way, I have to say, I really like that if you can grab onto a ledge for a slidable hole, you can pull yourself through it. Or he automatically does it. Well, I should heal. That was perfect. I can't get up there though. Okay, I need... It's not an instant kill anymore. Okay. Unfortunately, I don't think I have a chance of... I do have a chance. 2000 Tears of Atonement, okay. So these spikes aren't an insta-kill anymore, meaning I don't actually have to be afraid of them. I assume they deal a whole lot of damage, but they do not instantly kill you. Okay, there's another one of those doors. Right, that was where the marker was. Meaning I cannot continue here. There's a way upwards, but I do not have it unlocked yet. One more mark of martyrdom. I should probably use those. So I can press RB in midair to perform a quick cross slash with both the rapier and dagger. And you are a Silver Storm. Press RB and X to unleash a barrage of thrusts. Sure, let's take this. Unlock increases lightning damage inflicted. Absolutely. Also, that is right. I've been there. Okay, go have a prayer. For that, I need the one at least one relic that lets me interact with those. And this seems to be a pretty hefty cooldown on that. Or maybe I can only use it when I have lightning active. That's another option. There is... That looks like a chain, something that I could cut through if I could reach it, which I can't currently. I have seen... Yeah, that's a no. The spikes are still an obstacle because while they do not instantly kill me, they prevent me... They basically teleport me to the last safe space, which still prevents me... Oh shit, it's the clock boy. Who has multiple health bars. Yeah, the damage is amazing. Ooh, using the hand. Some attacks can leave your enemy stunned. When this happens, press LT to execute stun enemies. Defeating enemy with this way grades you further. Tears of Atonement and Martyrdom points bonus. Okay, the execution in Blasphemous 1 gave you additional fervor, I believe, but not really anything else. So having it increase your currency definitely will make me want to use it more. No, Esther is showing up to talk to his sister. Sacred Entombments. That's a big hand. It doesn't really do anything. It appears to be a less annoying version of the jumpers from the previous one. There's another one of these doors. Also, there seems to be light mirror puddles. Another one. Wait, is this the same door? No. If I do this... I should have probably marked these doors with something. You know what? I'm gonna mark all these doors with the red jewel. Oh wait, I can go up. I can go through there now because I have the climb. There was a door like this here, I'm pretty sure, and here, I'm pretty sure. This was a wall climb. So I could get up there now. Okay, big hand slaps. The fire also slaps. The hands don't really have that much health. But yeah, I can see what they meant with gamify. This is a lot more gamified. This is a door. This is a question mark. Ah. Don't think we need a cutscene for this. New weapon gained, Veredicto, the flail. Veredicto is the most powerful weapon in your arsenal. Its long reach, wide arc, and devastating strength increase the chance of stunning your enemies. In addition, its attacks will generate additional fervor with each strike and can be empowered by the flame of the sacred incense. Thunderversy, hold down, and Embers of Faith RP to activate. Yeah. Has increased. Tap LP to change weapon. Ah. That's what that's for. Now I want to see something. Are you... Yes. So the weapons also have puzzle elements to them. Do you ring the bells? You ring the bells and you cause platforms to appear. Okay, that explains why there are not that many... I assumed all of those would be relics, but if the weapons themselves fulfill that purpose, then you do not need that many relics. And you do open the door. And this guy just straight up explodes. Okay, yeah, this thing deals immense damage compared to... It does not have diagonal hits. Alright, wait, how much? It's not actually even that much damage. The spikes. More sand. It's an elevator. Fuck. I do like that they basically kept the design for these guys from the first game. On the other hand, I don't really like not having a parry. Oh, this pulls it in. Less sand. Question. Can I parry? I can. I can, but the counter hit doesn't quite work. Where am I? I'm back here. More marks. There should be a bell around. It's over there behind that door, okay. That makes sense, then that's... well, Before I continue, I'm gonna go to the left there. Where I found the flail. Also, the flail does not have the crystal. I like the little music it plays. Also, yeah, you are no longer a mystery to me. That's a crow. The second best type of bird. That's a dead crow, which isn't that great. Santa Vigila. Right. I cannot burn them. I cannot get through them. I think I probably need the sword for that. As a kind of, with a ground attack, with a downward attack. Thank you, bird. Before I continue down there, I'm gonna go visit... oh, actually. Veredicto. What do you have? Tempered flames. Press RB to turn off Veredicto, interrupting the consumption of fervor. This display of temperance can even be performed in the air. Okay. RB after an attack on the ground to convert into a powerful horizontal strike that turns Veredicto on or off. So we have a trick attack. Half the time required to charge Veredicto. Okay. And for you, I still have that. However, I assume I'm gonna save because I want to see if we get the second level based on unlocking everything on the front. I'm gonna be honest, I did not expect skill trees for your weapons. Not enough fervor. This has a timing element to it, if I... yeah. I do wonder, on the left side, where you have... ow. Where you see my health and the equipped weapon, etc. It is definitely also the slowest weapon. You can kind of see a boy holding a purple orb, and I do wonder what that is. Oh, you're the guys who explode. Yes. Them just popping up, I'm not really that into. Get me my sword. That's gonna be good. Oh, they explode, but they don't kill themselves with it. Okay, for that I need something else. I also just learned that switching weapon removes your ability, removes the stats you had equipped. So this, if I have the lightning active and switch weapon, it removes the lightning. Door. I don't know where the bell for that is. Whatever. I've been over there, but I haven't been down. I do like this animation using his arm. I do not like that my lightning is gone. A broken bell. Slight resistance to mystical damage. No longer called magical. Empty and jingling ting bell. Strangely, it seems to emit a light tinkling in the sound in the presence of strange energies, and somewhat protects the wearer from attacks of a magical nature. Can I destroy you with a flail? An incense flail. Very incensed. No. In that case, second question mark. And now I go back to the town. Also very nice that it now gives you an option to say no. Because that was a problem I had in the first one now and then. So, there's a boy. I know now how to get to him with a hammer. Or a flail. I don't know how to proceed here. Here I need the door. Here I need the doors. That's a raven. Which isn't actually in the legend.
Pray, how?
He would like to open my altarpiece of favors and add the purified one.
May the hands of the...
Now, do you have resonance? No, you do not. Next, there is a door here. However, I'm gonna go to the left first and climb up there. And also, there was also such a door. Oh, and... Your prayers had no response? What? hate that. I love that. I do love this teleports behind you stuff. Even though it is cliche. Oh, too early. They have a weirdly delayed attack. And yeah, I'm pretty sure that just immediately gives you... I cannot go there yet because I don't know where the bell for it is. I also have a weirdly delayed attack, right? So there's not actually anything I can do over here. However, I know of a bell. So let's go and ring that one. And I mean the one in the first area. I'm sorry, I'm not good with names. I can somehow get up there, I guess. I do wonder if I can repair this church. Somehow. Like, can I just... I also like that you have a red...
So...
No.
As you wish. I will...
I don't have currently any guilt. I don't think. I love the red carpet. And it basically just being... this guy's clothes. But yeah, I kinda noticed now that they basically moved all of the movement stuff on the right trigger. Or all of the movement stuff until now. Like, also like letting go here now. Actually it isn't. But the letting go on the ladders, they move to the right trigger. I love this sword. Even though you need to be very specific in your parry. It's not as long as a window as Mea Culpa was, especially with the core that increased your duration. Come with me, boy. Oh, you have lightning. I could have killed him there without execution. I want to see something. Okay, so for this I actually need the door, the rapier. Okay, yeah, also fall. Mother of Mother. Wait. Oh. Is that the same Mother of Mothers? It's you lot. Okay, you need quite a few attacks. If you don't have the lightning active. However, with the lightning active, it goes very quick. Is this Redento? The man did it. They do not have a charge anymore. I'm the one who charges now. "800 Tears of Atonement." I hated you back then, I still hate you now. Baroque people. But it does appear to be the actual Mother of Mothers that we went through in the first game. That fire is a lot better than the first prayer we got. One Mercs of Martyrdom, so it does in fact pay to use that. Also get me rid of this. What do we have over here? Somehow we get to that at some point. Streets of Wakes. They have a bunch of help. I do like that it continues parrying. Okay, that was a bit stupid. I do not like that. Ow. Okay, I do not like those guys. If I see that correctly, you need like 10 hits to trigger the lightning unless you parry. The amount of body strength this guy must have is immense. And I can see that their shield they have on their back does help. But not amazingly. And with help I mean survive me. This thing basically always hits twice. Okay, let's see if we can parry the small dude. Not if I fuck it up. I'm just gonna... Okay. These guys are a bit difficult. I think I'm gonna just go to the Confessor and, can I even pray here? Okay, it doesn't cost that much. Also shows on the left. Okay. You can note whether you can actually use your prayer based on whether it's grayed out. Okay. Since it doesn't show you the bars of how much further you need to use.
So...
Yes,
so
2000.
The sacrament, your guilt has been purged, but will remain my eternal burden. For that is my appointed purpose. Now go in peace.
I wonder. Oh, the bulb was no longer purple. Right, I could go to Mother of Mothers, I could return there. Gone there. There is some way further up, but I don't know how. That's a big hand.
Come closer and contemplate this delicate tumbaga. The embroidered shawls, the silk dresses. You are in Regina's shop. My goods are my home, my bed. They are as much a part of me as I am of them. You point, and this diligent arm will surely grant your request.
Perform a block. Recovers health after an execution. Reduce penalty for accumulation of guilt. Increase the fervor generated when attacking enemies. Slightly increase the damage of prayers. Earring of Regret increases resistance to lightning damage. Increases resistance to mystic damage. Martyrdom earned. Court Knot, whose origins have long been forgotten. Skilled hands can join his knot to the strings that hold the rosary beads. One of the seeds for those who dwell in secrecy. The sleepless ones will rise for the one who's in need of genuine protection. Mark of Martyrdom, 23,000. That's a lot. Okay, so everything, key items, rosary beads, and altar pieces.
So, nothing here is of interest to you. Such a pity.
I will return later.
Oh, blessed are we, for I behold a penitent. Humbly allow us to present ourselves to your reverence. We are Medardo and Escolastico, pilgrim merchants and scribes by trade. You never know where precious assets may be. What, pray, can be unjust or malevolent in walking the roads in pursuit of a twofold profit? That of the pocket by selling, and that of the spirit by prayer. While Medardo pays penance in his meditative meanderings, I take care of the business side of things, sparing not a drop of ink to write about the beautiful landscapes of the many varied paths we travel. But go ahead and cast your eyes upon our shop window. The objects that were lost on voyages have great appeal and fascination, as they have become a reminder of the feat itself. Cast your eyes upon our shop window.
Increase the chance of critical hits when using prayers. Galera of the Living Brian creates a bolt of electrode that inflicts lightning. Absolutely.
We have no more items left, but you never know what may turn up on these paths. Pray, come back later.
So you are the shop. Or a shop. What is in here? 800 Tears of Atonement. Okay, I'll take those. And that's a button for an elevator. However, first, there is no to the left. This looks like the cathedrals from the cathedral rooftop. I'm kind of amazed you don't see the big church at the shoulders of the three statues at the other behind you. The ecstatic novice. Right, I got a few things, so let me read some lore. Ooh, you are quick verse. Creates a bolt of electricity that inflicts lightning damage. Verse dedicated to Blackthorn that, piercing the flesh of a storm cloud, made it bleed thunder. Statue collection. The choir master increases the chance of critical hit when using prayers. Pay no heed to his words, as he's but an old and deranged friar that every night stayed out on his balcony, convinced that a great chorus awaits him to start a magnificent concert. One day, during his habitual walk, he wandered deep into the forest to pray, and coming back a changed man, as if his mind had returned to a more joyous, more hopeful era, said the woman to the stranger as her gaze lingered sympathetically over the friar. The old man gestured endlessly to the air, a smile uplifting his withered face. At least he's happy. And the ecstatic novice increases the stun power of your attacks. It was that day during morning prayers that I felt something was wrong with the sisters. I found them pale and tremulous, overwhelmed by the sudden burden of a terrible secret. Mother Superior called me to her presence, ordering I must remain within my cell to pray, and so I did. Shortly after the noise of hammering at my door, realizing they were sealing me within, I cried out, but nobody answered. I have barely survived since then, sustained on breadcrumbs delivered through cracks in the door, upon muddy water from an old clay pot. The convent has fallen into sepulchral silence, broken occasionally by slow, heavy steps that can now be heard down the hallways. Something or someone has taken over this place. Please, to whomever finds this writing, please have mercy and set me free from this nightmare. There's a good number of these statues. And I need to go to him to switch the other pieces.
Pray, how?
Right, multi-piece of favors. I do no longer deal fire damage. You do not. So if I instead bring this guy here as well. Sierra's favor increases any source of elemental damage. Okay. On the other hand, if I bring you, we do not have one. And if we bring you together with her, we also do not have one. So in that case, add me both of those scribes. And then I'll see.
May the hat.
Okay, it is not quite the laser, but it is okay enough. I just realized that I have no way except hitting enemies to restore my fervor. Which means I don't actually quite know if a prayer-only build would be possible. Before I continue there, do I have the option of getting up there? It doesn't appear that way. Grills and Ruin. You throw things at me and I do not appreciate it. Do I have to, right. Do you unlock if we acquire you? No. On the other hand, I can now do this. You are a bot. A timed button at that. No. Okay, I need something else to get up there. I can already see you up there. I still don't know if I can parry those. They seem to be different from the ones in the streets, though. I can parry them, but I'm not great at it. They are rather easy to parry. And this just immediately breaks. So I need some other way of becoming lighter. So we're playing hide and seek as well. This is a transition to a new area. Fuck you. Stupid thing. There are items with different colors on the floor. God, are you annoying. Wait. I think... So you are probably... What is treasure down there, which I can't get to? Fuck those guys. I do not like small enemies. If you need to duck to hit them. I will grab that guild next time. For now, I hope you have a good night. A good evening, a nice evening. A nice week, and a good night. Goodbye.